I need someone to comment right now if they can actually see me. Okay, looking all good on the actual mobile. Yes, finally. Right, so sorry about that, guys. Yeah, so I'm just going to turn the volume down now on my laptop. There you go. Now I've got messaging through. I've got everything here sorted. Sorry this took a bit so long. I had a bit of issues with my last stream and it was just all going to pot then, and I just needed to see if it actually worked this time. I'm using the same app, so just anyone, can you just comment and say if you can still hear crackling on the actual audio for me, please. By the way, there's about a 20-second delay on this stream for me actually speaking to you actually hearing me. So like if you do put something in the chat and I don't say it straight away, then that's why, okay? So 4 people watching right now, thank you very much. Right, now this time I've actually come prepared slightly. I've actually written a few things down on a piece of paper like they did in the olden days, before interneting was a thing. So let's see how that goes, shall we? Right then, if everything's all good. Alright. Greetings all. My name is Nigel Mayo and this is my channel Salad Green Boy, and I focus on mental health, helpful tips. Just a little bit of a disclaimer for anyone who hasn't seen me before or wants to know what the HE double hockey sticks is going on here. I am not a doctor, I'm not a therapist, and I'm not a mental health or a medical professional. If you have any immediate concerns with the mental health right now, I really strongly suggest that you consult a medical professional. Now, that being said, everything that is on my channel is derived from my own personal experiences with my own mental health and all the research that I have put into it. It's not to be taken as gospel, written in stone, and all the rest. All it is just a guy speaking to you guys and just giving the benefit of my experiences if you don't know what to do. So it might be beneficial for someone who's a bit younger, maybe someone who hasn't had too much life experience and is like, oh my god, what do I do with this? People who don't have a lot of confidence in themselves. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't have much of myself, but I mean, you probably wouldn't think that listening to this right now, but I really don't. So again, this is just me connecting to you guys, and it's allowing you guys to connect to each other, because I'm going to read out what's going on the comments that come through. Now, I do know that they come through and it's working okay. Alright. Alright, why am I doing what I'm doing? I think I just said it, but look, I've gone through some stuff. It may not be as bad as stuff as some of you guys, and it might be worse than some of you have gone through. I want to do this because I wouldn't inflict anxiety, depression, or any other kind of mental condition on anyone, not even to my worst enemy. And if I can do anything about it, if I can at least help one person in the slightest, I'm happy and I've done my job. I just don't want anyone else to suffer where there just isn't need for it. Now, you can do what you like with whatever I say on here. I'm not expecting you to take everything I say as law all I'm doing is giving you another perspective. I want to tell you things that maybe you've gone through yourself and you had absolutely no idea other people have gone through the same thing. For example, and I think I've said this in my last live stream, and I think I've said it on one of my recording videos. Now, with the risk of people at work hearing this and people that I don't want to hear it, I don't actually no, I don't mind saying it. Now, one of the things about my anxiety, so I do keep having to look that way purely because that is where my tablet is, so I can see if anyone's written anything. Sorry, I do have to keep stopping like that. So, one of the things about anxiety is that it can stop you in your tracks. It can be crippling, it can be petrifying, yeah, I would use that word. And it just gets you to the point where you just honestly, physically cannot move or do not know what to do. And I have been late for work a couple of times. I've been late for meetings, I've been late for meetups with friends, with my girlfriends, my wife, whoever. And it literally takes me, I don't know, getting to the front door, and then about 10 minutes later I'll actually walk through it. And honestly, in that situation you become the best mathematician ever, because you can calculate the exact amount of seconds it would actually take you to get to work and the time that you need to leave before physically leaving a place. Let me tell you. Anyway, there was a point to that. So yeah, I kind of found out from someone else that I work with, won't say who they are because confidentiality, and I don't want to compromise them. They said to someone else, I wasn't even part of the conversation, I just overheard it, and I thought, wow, it's actually someone who's not superior, no one's superior to anyone else. One of my bosses who actually said it to me, do the exact same thing. They don't leave the house until they absolutely have to. And I thought to myself, hang on, someone who is in charge of other people is saying this? Wow. So again, that's one of the reasons why I've started doing these live streams. One of the reasons why I've just made up this channel is because I want to depart stuff that you can use. Maybe there might be things that you want to tell me or want to tell other people that you want me to read out on the stream that no one else knew about, or maybe you want to find out something that, hang on, am I the only person who's going through this, that have had to deal with this? And then other people can comment, say, yes we have, and this is what I did about it. So this is just something to bring us all together, help each other out, and if anything, I don't do anything like this for any other reason than to just be kind. Okay? Just kind, that's all. And I just realised that my actual microphone isn't plugged into the phone. Okay, so I can see Imran that's commented on this. Imran, do me a favour, or anyone else, how's the audio? Can you just let me know how the audio is, please? If it isn't okay, I can stop the stream and I can connect the microphone if you need to hear me a lot better. So anyone right now, please comment, can you hear me okay? I'll wait a moment. Okay, I'm just waiting for someone. Okay, that's about a 15 to 20 second delay. There you go. Yeah, there it is. Hang on, I'm actually just going to turn the volume up on my tablet because that will actually tell me. Okay, I'm just waiting for someone. Okay, that's about a 15 to 20 second delay. Okay, that's... There you go. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, that's enough. Oh, and one of the things I learned about live streaming and video making is that you leave yourself visual cues in the footage so that you know where to cut, where to do certain stuff. That's why I took the drink there. See? Just, yeah. Anyway, so I think that's it for my introduction. Done my disclaimers. Yeah, so the why and who, again, help people and the people I want to help. Anyone that really needs it. So it's for anyone who suffers with things like anxiety, depression, general loneliness. That can be a thing in itself. I live alone, and before I started doing stuff like this to distract me, oh my god, is it so bad. And I know people as well who also live alone. It's not great for them. I have someone at work who I know who is probably listening to this right now, and one of the things we used to do is go out every week and on a school night and have a few drinks at the local bar, one of the really nice ones, and just have a chat for a couple of hours. Okay, the chat happens to be at work because that's pretty much all we do, but it's nice to distance yourself from the situation, even if the situation is you being alone. And yeah, people like that. So even if it's like for 45 minutes, an hour, however long this live stream goes for, at least you have someone to either speak to, either by commenting on this, or if you just simply want to listen and see what's out there. Honest to God, fantastic. That if I can just provide that, again, I'm happy. Job done. So yeah, anyone who needs this, that's who it's for. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is give you a quote. Okay, honestly, if anyone wants to say anything or anyone has a quote, even if it's just a stupid little dad joke, just put it down there on a comment. I will read it. This is what I'm doing this for right now. If you're too shy, fine. I absolutely can. I get that. I really do. But I really want you to engage. Not necessarily because it's good for my stream, but it's just something that will get you connected to people. It's just, even if it means that first step, go for it. Please, I beg of you. Anyway, so while I wait for that, and by the way, if you haven't already, like the stream, subscribe to the channel if you want to hear any more top tips or any advice or the fruits of my experiences about mental health. And if you just want a bit of help with it, subscribe and ring that notification bell to keep up with everything. Okay, alright, I think that is all the business. Cheers. Okay, I think I'm going to butcher this quote a bit, but let's see how I go. It's something from Doctor Who, which, okay, pre-Chris Chibnall and Jodie Whittaker, amazing show, and it has all these tidbits. I really recommend watching anything Capaldi or earlier, and it will give you loads of tidbits, loads of speeches, life lessons, all that kind of stuff, and it really is just really worth watching. Just is. That's it. No other words about it. Anyway, this little quote. So I'll just read out what I have. So how he sees it is, life is kind of a pile of all the bad things and all the good things. The good things don't always soften. Sorry, did I just get that wrong? Okay. So the bad things don't. No, I got it right the first time. I'm so sorry. Just long day, really tired, end of year. So the good things don't always soften the bad things, but vice versa, the bad things don't necessarily spoil the good things or make them unimportant. So what that basically is trying to say, my interpretation of it, okay, stuff happens, yeah. Bad things have happened, and they don't necessarily get in the way of the good things. Like, I don't know, you might have had a death in the family, but it doesn't necessarily spoil the fact that it's your birthday. Or, I know that's a really crap thing to say, but if you've just suffered something really bad, it doesn't necessarily mean that you shouldn't celebrate the good things in life. Get what I'm saying? Yeah, so don't dwell on the past. One of the big things about anxiety and depression is that you think too much about stuff that has happened, stuff that is going to happen, stuff that's going on right now. And I don't know, if you just passed the driving test, or if you just won an award at work, or I don't know, the bad things don't necessarily have to get in the way of the good things. Okay? Or just always remember that. There's always a silver lining to everything. And, okay, I'm going to say something here that, again, it's a quote that I'm going to butcher a bit. I'm not going to even say what that quote is. If you don't know what it is, then what's the point? Joke. But, yeah, so here it goes. So there have been a lot of bad stuff that's happened this year. A lot. It's been, look, especially with this situation, this, what a lot of people on other live streams I've listened to is calling the beer bug, Corona. It's put the world into a really weird situation, and there's a lot of bad that's come from it. There's no getting away from it. Things like people losing other people, losing a loved one, friend, co-worker, acquaintance, whoever it is. It's not easy. Businesses going out of business, going into administration, people losing their jobs, and further on from that, losing their homes. My God, it must be really, really bad to be a bailiff today, kicking someone out of their homes. Fair enough if they evaded tax or broke the law, like, on purpose. It's even worse right now, and it's got to be so destroying. And if any bailiffs or anyone, like debt collectors or anything, are watching right now, honest to God, okay, it's something that someone has to do, but my God, this has to be the worst time to be in that business. It really does. And I so feel for you. I so do. I get it. Anyway, moving on to the point. So I remember all the bad things, all the people have suffered, things going out to business, movies being put on hold, losing the homes, all that kind of stuff. But one of the things that I am going to remember, the most important thing here, I will always remember the one thing that matters most right now. Everyone who is watching this, you are still here. So no matter how bad it's got, no matter if you've lost someone, whether you've lost a job and maybe even got another one, if you've literally been in a house all day, every single day since this thing has started, if you've got a chronic illness that doesn't allow you to go outside, if you've got such a huge problem with anxiety, or if you're agoraphobic or anything like that, just remember one thing: you again are still here. You've made it. And even though, okay, it doesn't necessarily take a milestone to start thinking positively, but it's like starting exercise. You don't really start it until Monday. I don't know who doesn't start exercise until Monday, but another year, especially this one that's just going right now, this is the biggest example of a Monday ever. This is the biggest Monday. So I just want you to start saying to yourself, I'm still here, whatever you've been doing has worked, keep doing it, and maybe start expanding on it. Maybe, okay, I've just passed the first level of this game, let's move on to level number 2. Oh, bugger dead, never mind. Anyway, so let's see. So I'm going to say a few quick lessons. I say quick, I'm trying to drag this live stream out, to be honest. Let's just let's go through a few life lessons that we may have learnt from this year. So I've written down here KISS. It's something that my maths teacher actually taught me back in secondary school. And if any of you younger ones don't know what secondary school is, it's from like you leave it at year 60 when you're about 15, 16 years old, and you start it when you're about 11. For us it was like years 7 to 11, something like that. Anyway, I digress. So something called KISS, K-I-S, and sometimes you add on another S. It stands for keep it simple, and my maths teacher added on stupid, just to make it an actual word. Such a nice guy. Thanks, Mr. White. Hope you're listening to this. No, honestly, it's a great lesson, so I really appreciate that. So yeah, one of the things are, okay, we're being told about all this tier system stuff, all the bad thing that's going on in the world, poverty, the economy is going to pot right now. Everything just seems to be bad. Now, one of the things that you can do for yourself, is stop listening to it. Or at least stop listening to it so much. Turn off the news channels. Actually watch something that will entertain you. I don't know. Something that's coming on to Netflix tonight. Sabrina, The Chilling Adventures of. Star Trek, Buffy, Angel, I don't know, anything. It's just a good idea to give yourself a bit of escapism, because the more, and one of my colleagues has said it last week, whenever it was, there's too much information coming to us, and when you get too much bad news, you hyper focus on it, and it's not doing any good for anyone. So one of the things that I would say going forward is to just try and to distance yourself from the news. Obviously, you try and keep up with the basics, like what tier you're in for the beer bug, if the world's about to end or anything like that. Obviously, the big stuff you need to keep on, but all the day-to-day little things, okay, I'm not saying it's unimportant, but just try to distance. It would do you the world of good not to think about the bad things in life. Okay? So, yeah. Next. Healthy body, healthy mind. Start taking care of yourself. Cook. Oh my god, I love cooking. Now, sorry, just a sip. JD and Coke, by the way, Happy New Year. Yeah, take care of your body. I say that as I just had alcohol. So, one of the things about living alone, you don't necessarily try so much, meaning there's no one else there. What is the damn point? It is all of the points. Now, you can go into that vicious cycle of ordering takeaway every single night, getting a load of soup, heating it in the microwave, dip it in bread, and that's your meal. Or, I don't know, literally just having that every day. Or going out and buying sandwiches to go to work. I'm notorious for that. Anyone who has lunch with me at work knows that I really am going to have to start making my own sandwiches. Pasta, anything. And the thing is, it's a nice activity. You can plan out your week. It saves you money, which again is another thing which the anxious, it's one of those triggers. One of the big things you're going to be worrying about in life is money. So cooking really does help you with that. There are so many YouTube videos out there that tell you how to, I don't know, live on £5 a week. And even if you're on the dole, or I don't know what it is in America or anywhere else, you know, when you have so much money from the government to make sure that you're not homeless every couple of weeks or whatever it is. And there's no shame in it. If you lost your job, if you physically can't do anything, then it's honestly, get it. I really do get it. But my point is, you don't necessarily have to starve yourself or just live by the skin of your teeth. Cook, get yourself some bread, make yourself sandwiches, get some pasta, rice, all that good stuff is so cheap. It really is. I mean, literally the whole week last week, all I lived on was cheese, pasta, bolognese sauce, and my god, especially because it had the cheese in there, so filling. You get carbs, so you give yourself energy, tastes nice. What more can you need from a meal? And you can do it in batch quantity, so you can make yourself overnight, anything left over, use for the next day, put it in a container, put it in the fridge, and take it to work. And that again has saved yourself, let's just say, £3 for a pizza from Tesco, say £2, and then you get, say, a sandwich meal deal from Tesco, that's £3. That's already a fiver, and it's only one day. Yet that same amount of money, you can get a bag of pasta, bolognese sauce, maybe a bit more expensive than a fiver, but say tenner for the whole week, if longer than that. And that is 2 days worth of, if you just started spending something on yourself. So yeah, and the good thing about cooking is that it takes time, and by the end of it you've accomplished something, you've fed yourself, and it's something to take your mind off stuff. You can play music while you're doing it. It's just a really good, it's something that can just eat up time. Pun intended there. Okay, so yeah, take care of your body, brush your teeth, moisturizer, I don't know, anything you can. The healthier you can make yourself, the better you'll feel. Drink loads of water. Those who drink lots of natural water, I hate tap water, so usually if I drink anything and it's just water, I usually get it either in bottle form, or I'm actually going to get myself a Brita filter to put in my fridge. So yeah, another tip: take the time to unwind. Now, when I say take the time, I mean, just say, oh, there you go. When I say take the time, I mean give yourself permission to unwind, to not care about anything. Now, right now, I can almost guarantee that you're probably thinking and worrying about 100 million things. Okay, that might be a bit of exaggeration, but not far off, am I? So you're probably thinking about money, you're probably thinking about what's got to go on at work tomorrow, the stresses of work, you're probably going to think about what's such and such going to say about this, well, what am I going to be doing about that? Oh, such and such said this, what am I going to say the next time I'm going to speak to them? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Stop. Just stop. Take a deep breath. In fact, let's do that right now. Just close your eyes. Close your eyes for the next minute. No, say 30 seconds. Close your eyes and just stop. turn off any music or anything that's going on in the background, close the door and shut yourself off from the world. And just do this for a minute, okay? So with your eyes closed now, take a deep breath in, deep as you can. Hold it and breathe out, slow. Breathe in and breathe out. Last time, breathe in, eyes still closed, and breathe out. Don't tell me you don't feel a million times better. Okay, maybe not a million times, but a little bit better. Just breathing once in a while can do so much for you. All you need to do is just be still and just lose yourself. You don't need to think about anything. You don't need to think about what's just happened, what happened yesterday, a week ago, a year ago, decade ago. Don't think about what's going to happen tomorrow, a year from now, decade from now, whatever. Just, I know it's easier said than done, but just try not to think. Just give yourself permission to just relax. Just relax a bit, okay? Even if you've got an essay to do, whether you've got, I don't know, stuff from work you need to make sure that's prepped for the next day, there's no excuse for just taking 5 minutes. That's all. Just 5 minutes. Honestly, you'll see the improvement. Maybe not much, maybe nothing at all, but at least you're giving yourself some time to just bugger everything else. Just bugger it. Okay? So, next one. Try to stay connected to people. Okay? Now, this is one of the reasons why I'm doing a stream. Maybe you haven't got anyone. Sorry for the banging, that's fireworks going off. It is New Year's Eve for starters. Okay? So, stay connected. If you're alone, if you don't have a friend in the world, this is what stuff like this is for. In fact, look, if you want to connect to me, say, actually, bear with me 1 second. I'm just going to bring it up right now. There's a group on Facebook which I'm part of. It's a private group, so they're going to have to make sure that they accept you first. I'm just going to try and get to it now. What I shall do is, let me see if it will let me share it. And I'm hoping this is okay, guys, and I'm hoping this is a nice bit of free advertising for you. Will it allow me to share? Please let me share it. Come on, dear, sometime today. While I'm waiting for that to load up, which might take until the next decade too, because sometimes the internet sucks. Okay, I think we're in business. There we go, share. Copy. Right, I'm going to put this into the chat. So, it's a group on Facebook. It's somewhere that you can chat, somewhere that you can put posts and say, look, I need a bit of help. It's just somewhere on Facebook where other people can do what I'm doing right now. Just give you a bit of advice, a bit of a pep talk, a bit of positivity, and just connect to people. So I'm hoping anyone, if assuming you've got Facebook, that I'll do you a bit of good. Okay? And it's probably one of the reasons why I've still got people watching this right now, that I advertise myself on there. Okay, I didn't just do it. I asked them first, and by the way, if anyone from that group is watching right now, then please comment to let me know that you are watching this. All you need to do is say hi, you're welcome, whatever. thank you so much for letting me join, and thank you so much for letting me spread the message about these streams. And I'm hoping that the people who are watching this are getting some value from this, okay, or getting something out of it. All right, so anyway, my point being is to connect. It may only be something for 5 minutes, and you don't even have to speak about anything deep. Sometimes all it needs is for you to call someone and say, look, can you just tell me a joke? Can we just talk rubbish for 5 minutes? I could really use a company. Get onto a video call, get onto Zoom, anything. Just, obviously there's a point of, look, I really need to talk right now, is there any chance, as opposed to forcing yourself on them and, oh my god, I need to talk to you, I hate you if you don't talk to me, come on, just talk to me now, me. Don't ever do that. It just makes you look bad, it makes you look desperate, and you might be desperate, but what you don't want from people is their pity. And trust me, when people start pitying you, it makes you look bad for a start, and it just makes yourself look so much, it makes yourself feel so much worse, because at that point what you're doing is just imposing on people, and you don't want to do that. You want people to help you because they love you, which they should be doing anyway, but you want it to do it in such a way that, like, look, you're my friend, I just need your help for this little bit, and then if you want me to leave you alone, fine, but I could really just use someone to talk to. Just talk bollocks, talk about your week, talk about your day, anything. Doesn't even have to be anything big. Just make a connection. And it's something that I would suggest doing further on into the year. Just make sure that you're not alone. When you're alone, the only person you're left with is yourself. And trust me, there have been many times in my own bedroom, my own one-room apartment, many times where honestly I've just done my own head in to the point where I just want to go to sleep and shut myself out. I am that annoying to myself. And yes, people who know me personally, yeah, I do annoy myself at times, so yeah, I get how you feel. But yeah, my advice, just try to connect with people. It would do you the world of good. Even if it's just like on a forum, on a stream, on a site, app, whatever, there's always something out there where it will allow you to speak to someone. Okay, so next thing. Set yourself goals. Now, one of the things about YouTube is when I had the idea to do it, it done me the world of good. It really did. It gave myself a goal. Now, what I want to be able to do, that hopefully by the end of this year, when I say this year, when I mean this year, I mean 2021. I don't mean this year. There's no way in hell I'm going to do this by the end of this year, in the next few hours, is get monetized. What I mean by that is for when I can actually get to the point where I'm making money off YouTube, off my channel, sorry. So what I need is 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 minutes, no, 4,000 hours worth of people watch my videos. If I can continue that for a year, for any 12-month period, I need to be able to do that before I can start making money off my channel, off ads and anything else, and even get, I don't know, super chats for my live stream so people can give donations and various other things. It's going to open up a whole world. Now that is my goal. Don't necessarily mean that it's for everyone. I wouldn't suggest every single person that's watching this at the moment will open up their own channel, but what I'm saying is, it's a goal. If you set yourself something, you've got something to aspire to, and something to look forward to. Don't give yourself, I don't know, something like, I'm going to be Prime Minister next year, or President. Something that is realistic. And you know what? Again, it's like New Year's resolutions. It's okay to not be able to fulfill it. The fact that you're trying is all that you need. It's all that you need. So, it's one of the things I don't really like about New Year's resolutions. Okay, I'm going to make a couple this year because I just want to try it out. But it's one of those things that, okay, it's great to be able to set yourself goals, but don't think that if you fail after the first day that you're a bad person or that you suck or anything like that. It's just something it's just a standard to hold yourself by, and it's just something to make yourself try, and it's something to push yourself. So, like I say, if you do give yourself any goals whatsoever, don't dwell on it if you don't succeed at it. But at the same time, it's good to do it because it just gives yourself something to aim for. And right now is probably the biggest gift that someone can give oneself right now, is a goal to actually aspire to. Because right now, people can't, okay, they can go out, but they can't meet up or do this, that and the other. And there's just too many things. There's too many places. There's too many people that's telling you, no, you can't do this right now. It's just nice to have something that you can say to yourself, yes, I can do this. I'm going to do this. Okay? So, next. Okay. This is a bit of a tricky one with anyone who has confidence issues, mental health, any problems in dealing with people. Okay, I'm going to sit forward a bit. Okay, so there's a lot that has come to light this year in regard to social media, the media as in movies, Hollywood. There have been people that's been called SJWs, social justice warriors, racist, phobic people, Islamophobes is what they're called. There's too much box ticking. There's too many people that's having a go at someone else. Too much of that. And you would have thought that a worldwide pandemic, you would have thought it'd be one of those things that bring people together. Let me tell you, and I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble for saying this, but look, when this whole situation brought itself upon us, now I work in the NHS, by the way. I'm not going to say who with, because it's going to compromise them, and it could theoretically compromise my job by saying it, so I'm just not going to go there. But I am going to say I work for the NHS. Now, you might not get a lot of people saying it because it's too controversial, I guess, but let me tell you, there was this whole lot of goodwill when this whole thing started, as in people clapping on the streets, in hospitals, everywhere. Just people get out of the house at a certain time on a Thursday. I think it was like 8 o'clock on a Thursday night. It'd be around about now, actually. So a lot of people would get out and start clapping, cheering for the NHS and for paramedics and doctors and anyone who works for them. And it was very, even though it was nice at the time, I'm not saying, look, anyone who is genuinely saying that they are appreciative of everything that we do, you are so very welcome. You really are. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. if you are genuinely appreciative of it, all I can say is you're welcome, and we will continue to do it for you. Honestly, it means so much for you to say it. But, and I knew this would happen right at the start, I even put it into a Facebook group once. I said, look, it's great that everyone's clapping, it's so nice, heartwarming, humbling, whatever word you want to put towards it. But what is going to happen a few months down the line when people are just getting sick of the situation? Who are they going to take it out on? And lo and behold, it's happening. We're getting just as much abuse and anything else. So there was a point that I was trying to get to. I actually need to look onto this. Okay, so my point being is that this whole year has brought out some good, but also a lot of bad. And anyone with anxiety, with low confidence, depression, all that kind of stuff, are going to struggle with it, because one of the things that we do struggle with is confrontation. Sorry, I always have to keep looking at that. It's confrontation, and it's the hardest thing in the world to tell you. It's the hardest thing in the world to tell someone how you feel, what they've done to you, and how it's made you feel. And it's basically really difficult to just tell someone to go away. There's stronger words I can think of, but let's just go with that. Now, one of the things that I'm going to suggest is there's this one phrase that has really helped me out, and I really do suggest that you grab a piece of paper right now, pen and paper, pen to paper, whatever, or write it down, note it down on your phone, on your tablet, whatever you have to chronicle this. Do it right now. I'll wait a second. Okay, got it? So here we go. Any time that someone is saying, oh, I don't agree with you, what you're saying is rubbish, you shouldn't be saying that, you shouldn't be thinking like that, anything like that, just say this one thing to them. Okay, here we go. First word, no. And that's it. That's all you need. Honestly, you think, hang on a minute, that's not response, that's just avoiding it. No, it's not. If you just stay calm and just simply say the word no, that will say everything about yourself, that you're done with it, you don't care anymore, you're not going to take it. And it's giving them a signal that you're not the person to be messing with about this anymore. And it will just say, okay, hands up, done now, next. And it will make them look so, no, it's not necessarily a nice thing to say, but it will make them look so small, and it will make you look so big, because it's so powerful. If you can just simply look the person in the eye and just simply say no, they won't know what to do with it. They'll go absolutely nuts. They will not know what to do. And that's just the best thing. Just simply say, with a smile on your face, sometimes if it's appropriate, just say no. One other word that I actually got, oh my god, I got this from, I actually got this from a YouTube video, but it's on one of my old accounts that got destroyed because I never used it anymore. Again, if someone's saying to you like, oh, you're wrong, I don't hate you because I don't like what you're saying, what you say doesn't make any sense, you're just stupid. Just say one word. Whatever. And that's it. Yeah, I don't agree with what you're saying. What you're saying is stupid. Whatever. What can you say to that? It's not a well, it is a response. It's not a response. It's not a reaction, which is what they're actually aiming for. It's just whatever. What you got next? Come on, whatever. And honestly, that's one of the biggest things that you can do, because it would take all the power that they think they have, and it will just go away in a heartbeat. So yeah, just because someone's barking at you doesn't necessarily mean you have to do it back. And the more you can do this, the more you can control yourself, the more you can, instead of freezing, because I know when people get anxious, I do it myself. If there's too much going on, you just freeze. If you can just simply close your eyes, not necessarily physically do it in front of them, but if you do that in your head maybe, and then just like say no or whatever next, they will lose their minds. And the more you can do this, the better and happier you will feel, because you have something in your arsenal that you can use to deflect, maybe not attack, definitely deflect, and have just that peace of mind. Just one less argument to think about. Whatever. Okay. See, on here I've actually put the words no and whatever, and that's it. Okay. So I'm going to go through these things, and what time is it? Oh my god, I've actually almost gone on for an hour. Yay. So, okay. I think the video is catching up a bit with me as well, because I literally just then saw me raise my folder. So I'm going to go through a few New Year's resolutions, which they don't necessarily need to be New Year's resolutions, but it's just food for thought, okay? Talk, don't hide. And what I mean by that is, okay, no one is going to tell someone else 100% of their secrets and what they're feeling. Now, and I know my wife is probably watching this, and she's really going to hate me saying this, but look, I'm not going to tell my wife or anyone else absolutely 100% of everything. Maybe because it's too difficult to talk to, or it's just simply that private that you just want to not ever think about it again. And one of the best ways to do that is just not tell anyone, because the second you tell someone something that you don't want to talk about, some point down the line, they're going to mention it. But my point being is that the stuff that you can do, talk to someone, ask for someone's help, best thing you can do. It really is the case that problem talked about is a problem halved. I know I probably got that way wrong, but honestly I can't remember right now. I really should have wrote that down. But problem shared, problem halved. There you go, got there in the end. Okay. I just need to ask someone, really need to start chatting, because in about, I don't know, maybe another 10-15 minutes or so, I'm going to be stopping this. Okay. So yeah, the more you can talk about stuff that you can, the more chances are that someone's going to be able to help you and give you some genuine and constructive advice. And if anyone starts going, whatever, no, sorry, if someone starts going, oh, just deal with it or get over it or whatever, then that's kind of the time to rethink stuff. Because if if you start talking about, oh, by the way, I just split up with my boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, blah 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 blah, that's it. People are going to start saying, oh, well, it's really bad, but whatever, move on. But if you start saying to them something along the lines of, look, there's something that's been on my mind for quite a while now, and I just really, I mean, even if you can't say anything about it, if you've got nothing to contribute, I could really use your advice on something. If you put it in something where you're selling yourself with it, then they're more inclined to help you properly. Not necessarily to say that you have to sell yourself, but again, I wouldn't put it in such a way that, oh my god, they're just gonna go on forever right now. Just talk about what you need to, get to the point, and then have a nice conversation about it. Don't just go wah 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 wah. It never works. Well, it will work the first time, but if you just keep doing it, people will stop people will stop coming towards you. Gravitating, that was the word I was after. People will stop gravitating towards you, and they'll just stop getting bored. People will stop inviting you out, stop coming around to talk to you. I know stop inviting you out isn't necessarily a thing right now, but the point stands. You can do it in such a way that you're like, okay, I just need to talk a minute. It would do you the world of good, because then at least you'll have some help. May not even be much help, but at least you'll have that ear to talk to, as opposed to keeping it bottled up forever and ever and ever, and then one day you will explode like opening Pandora's box. And it will. It's happened with me a few times, and let me tell you, it is not pretty. Really is not pretty at all. Okay, so I'm getting towards the end here, unless there is something who wants to comment. No? Okay, unless someone wants to comment. One of the other things is something I'm going to actually say to myself as well. Exercise. It might only be something for 10-15 minutes, even if it's jogging around the spot, going for a walk around the block. The more of a routine you can get yourself in, and the more you can exercise, again, doesn't have to be much, the better you will feel. Again, it's one of those healthy body, healthy mind. It will make yourself feel better. It will get rid of that tire that you have on your belly, like the one I have. And it just make your body so much healthier. And you'll have, the more exercise you do, the more energy you'll have, the less anxious you'll feel. There's not really much else I can say about that. Okay. Now, let's see, what time are we on? Okay. Now, a few departing words. Again, you are still here. Whatever you've been doing, keep on doing it. I am here to talk. If you want to listen to my live stream tomorrow night, it will be a little bit more better planned than now. I planned it to some extent, mainly because there are other things I need to do as well. There's another live stream which I want to join, listen to, and I need to speak to my wife. My wife's in America, by the way. That's one of the things I don't want to talk about. But yeah, so we're going to be chatting soon, and I just need to stock in on stuff. So again, and I'll have a bit more time tomorrow night as well. So if you want to come onto my live stream tomorrow, think about what I've said tonight, and if there's anything that you want to speak about, questions you want to ask, anything you want to share that others might be able to use, anything at all, even if it is just to tell a simple little joke, honestly, I'm here for it. And who knows, if I like the joke, then I'll use it at work and piss everyone off there. So, yeah, things can be worse. Anything you're suffering through right now, there's always going to be someone who has it worse than you. Always. So, think about what I said. Set yourself some goals. Relax tonight. Give yourself permission to relax. Don't think about a thing. Anything that's happened right now, that's 2020's problem. What you want to do is start a fresh 2021. And tomorrow night, I'll see you there. Because, well, you know, at the end of the day, it gets dark. See you guys. Happy New Year.